Hello, my name's Andy Fenwick Green and welcome to my short introduction to the BLUETTI AC300 and B300 battery, an introduction by an actual user. This is a great little bit of kit and I'm so glad I've gone ahead and purchased it. It's certainly one of the best little items I've had in a good few years. In the current climate, with energy issues such as cost and availability, we have to look at ways at how we can mitigate our issues. And there's no better way to do that than to have your own battery storage system at home. Or, as we've done for our house, we're using it at home, but it's also going to be for when we're away on the road in our camper van. But the package of the BLUETTI AC300 and the B300 batteries, which are modular, can give you up to 12,288 watt hours of energy, more than most typical households will use in a day. So here I look and have a look at what the features hold. Hi, if like me you've just seen the confirmation that the energy price cap is obviously going up again in April, I'm sure you've come to this site and try to do some research on what you can do to mitigate your costs in the ever-rising energy crisis we find ourselves in. Well, there is one way you can get around that, and that is to secure your own supplies and reduce your costs by investing in a home battery backup system. Now, BLUETTI, the company that you've come to look back at this Facebook group, have some really good kit out there. And I say this with my own beliefs, as I bought it out of my pocket myself. This is not a sponsored video or of any sort. It's something I bought for myself to secure my own energy structure, safety, and reduce my ongoing costs down the line. The particular setup I've got, which is the BLUETTI AC300 with a matching B300 battery, has given me 3 kilowatts of home storage that I can utilise from, and it has quite a number of features, and I'll just give you some of that brief information of what that is. It has a number of outputs available to use, so it has everything that we're obviously going to need in the home. Of course, it has 6 240 volts to 240, and it also gives you the opportunity of 3,000 watts in total under a pure sine wave and a surge power of 6,000 watts. Now, obviously, in this now modern tech age, we also have the likes of USBs and whatnot. So what does it have for that side of front? Well, we're covered on that front as well, as it has a USB-C port, which gives off a 100 watt max, as well as 4 USB type A's, and you get 2 5 volts at 3 amps and 2 at 18 watts. On top of that, you have DC outlets of 12 volts. One of them is the 12 volt 30 amp RV outlet, and 1 times 24 volt 10 amp car outlet. And on top of that, on the top of the AC300 itself, you also have 2 wireless charging pads, which puts out 2 times 15 watt for each. Inputs. How are we going to use this in the house? Well, you obviously have, via a aviation style port, an AC charging input cable, and that will obviously charge at a max of 3,000 watts max. And not only that, you also have solar inputs, because you can charge this as well via solar panels, and that can give you 2,400 watts max. And not only that, you have the flexibility of a 12 volt and 24 volt from a cigarette lighter port, and that's giving you a maximum input of 5,400 watts via AC and solar input simultaneously. This will charge your battery in next to no time. Now, how are you going to connect your devices to it? Well, we've obviously mentioned the fact that it has all the AC ports, which is the primary aim most people are going to get there. But not only that, there's a number of other features that the devices has. You can recharge 7 different ways: via AC, solar, car, a generator, lead acid battery, and through a mix of dual AC and AC plus solar. Now, the panels themselves, you can go for BLUETTI's own range of panels, which is the PV120 and the PV200 and the PV350. I have one of the PV350s, but it's chucking down today, so we're not utilising that at the moment. But you can obviously have traditional rigid solar panels, as long as they meet the requirements of the AC300, which are maximum 240 watts, split over the 2 channels that you can use, DC1 and DC2. So that's 2 lots of 1200 watts. And the open circuit voltage in the region of 12 volts to 150 max. And the total input current of 12 amps max. You also have the wonderful feature of using it via the device itself. But if that's not available, because say you may be outside and you want to check on something, you can actually control your whole supply via the app on your smartphone, and that can be connected via Wi-Fi or via Bluetooth. And this whole setup can also give you 24/7 of UPS home backup. And the beauty of this system, rather than being a system which is connected with batteries and the inverter, this system is a modular system, giving you massive ways of expansion, and the AC300 can expand up to a massive 12,280 watt hours of batteries using 4 B300 batteries. And the beauty of this system as well, you can simultaneously charge and discharge the batteries at the same time. Now, it's not a light little thing, but it is certainly manageable by one person, and the weight comes in at 21.6 kg. The dimensions, it's not that bad, to be quite fair. It's a length of 52 centimetres, a width of 32 centimetres, and a depth of 35.8 centimetres. And if you want the old money, that's the length of 20.5 inches, a width of 12.5 inches, and the depth of 14.1 inches. And it has a really good operating usage temp range of -4 to -104 degrees Fahrenheit, or -20 to -40, -20 to 40 degrees Celsius. And it can be stored in them similar ranges as well. And it has all the various certifications you would expect. Now, wonderfully, this product comes with 4 years warranty, which is brilliant in this day and age. So many companies are too quick to restrict on how they're going to warranty their products. Now, if you've got faith in a product like BLUETTI have on their systems, why not shout about it from the roof? And BLUETTI do that with open arms. But on top of that, while you own these products, you have got lifetime support available through customer services. And now, of course, we come to what we have in the box. So as you can see here, these are all the items you'll find in your box once you've bought your AC300. Now, I will admit, when you order the item, it will come delivered on a pallet in quite an extensive quality packaging to protect it in transit. So bear that in mind. And if you can, maybe have somebody around to help you unpack it. Though it can be done by a single person, but it will be a heck of a lot easier if you've got somebody with you. So you've opened it up and you've got it. Well, of course, you have your AC300 in the box, but you also have a few other little items. You have your warranty card and certificate of quality control, as well, of course, as your manual on the user guide and a nice little folder for you to pop your documentation in. And you also come with 3 cables. First one is your cable that you can charge using a car charging cable, and on top of that you come with your cable connecting for solar panels. So as you can see, it comes with the aviation style port and 2 banks of connectors, DC1 and DC2, and this is where you can connect your solar panels at 1200 watts per channel, giving you the total connection wattage of 2400. And again, we come to another aviation style connector with a 13 pin plug, 13 amp plug on, I should say. Of course, that is to charge the AC300 via your AC supply or the grid connection. Mine also came with a nice little bag to stop all your items in and just generally keep it all tidy. That's the end of part 1 into this user introduction to the BLUETTI AC300 and the B300 battery. Look to part 2 to see a bit more information and hands-on with the device itself. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Any questions, please feel free to leave some in the comments and we'll answer them best we can. Thanks for your time.